We give you time to peruse through them, and we will commence our meeting in 10 minutes. Dear colleagues, please take your seats. Before we start with the examination of the items of the agenda, let me recall that the closing ceremony that was held yesterday was a wonderful ceremony, and we thank the Ministry of Culture. I would also like to call on the volunteers in groups of 50, the college students who have been helping with these arrangements over the past so many days. And I will request the host country to come and announce their names so that we have three lots of 50. They come up on the stage, they take a group photograph, they go down, and the next lot comes up. So announce their names. Are you ready? Host country, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, please start with the first lot.
Merci beaucoup. C'est donc un plaisir d'annoncer une fois encore la candidature.
Hello? You're not the host country as yet.
Oh, sorry.
So about host country India. India, are you ready with the names of the volunteers?
Thank you and a very good morning, Mr. Chair. I would request you if you could give us 5-7 minutes more, because we have requested all the volunteers to come here because this number is sizable. So they're coming. So if you could just give us 5 more minutes, please.
Dear colleagues, we will have to examine item 15, which concerns the election of the new chairperson of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee, and also proceed with the elections of the vice chairperson and the rapporteur of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. As you know, Bulgaria has generously invited the next session of the World Heritage Committee to take place in 2025 in Sofia, Bulgaria. I would like to know if you all agree with this proposal. I see no. Japan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Japan fully supports the candidacy of Bulgaria to the chairperson of next World Heritage Committee, with its steady conservation of World Heritage sites for long years, as well as its 3-year contribution as a member of World Heritage Committee and as a vice chair of this committee. We are looking forward to visiting a beautiful country next year. Thank you.
Japan, You are not the vice chair as yet.
Yeah, just want to support Bulgaria.
Yes, but then you said you, as a vice chair, would like to visit Bulgaria. But that may not be possible because we already have another member state from the Asia-Pacific region that has already expressed its desire to be the vice chair from the ASPEC region.
No, I mean the Bulgaria is the vice chair of this committee.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Turkey, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Turkey welcomes the decision of Bulgaria and thanks to the Bulgarian authorities for their interest to host the 47th World Heritage Committee. Considering the intensification of the agenda and the content each year, we are aware that hosting the committee meeting is becoming increasingly challenging. However, we have no doubt that the next committee will be as successful and well organized as this one, and we are looking forward to visit our neighbor on this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, and I hope you had a wonderful trip to the Taj.
Yes, we did. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Greece, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Is to welcome the candidates of Bulgaria for the next presidency of our committee. And we are sure that despite the challenges that this position has to face, Bulgaria will have a very successful presidency. And we're going to, all of us, meet in 1 year in Sofia. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other member state would like to raise the plate? You have the opportunity to do so. Zambia, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Zambia would also want to join those who have already come on the floor in support of the chairmanship of Bulgaria.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have the floor, followed by Vietnam.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. St. Vincent and the Grenadines also welcomes the candidature of Bulgaria to host the next 47th session of the World Heritage Committee and to chair the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Vietnam, you have the floor, followed by Senegal.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We also welcome the decision by Bulgaria to host the next committee. We also strongly believe that the next committee will be a successful one despite the growing challenging of the work of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Senegal, you have the floor, followed by Ukraine.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Le Sénégal se félicite de la candidature de la Bulgarie et donc soutient sa candidature à la présidence. Merci.
Thank you. Ukraine, you have the floor, followed by Mexico.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ukraine welcomes the decision of having Bulgaria as a next hosting country, and we sincerely congratulate Bulgaria. Thank you.
Thank you. Mexico, you have the floor, followed by Qatar.
Muchas gracias, señor presidente. México también desea acoger la propuesta de Bulgaria para ser la presidencia de nuestro comité para el año próximo. Reconocemos el trabajo que ha hecho Bulgaria a lo largo de los años con UNESCO en general. Recordamos desde luego la dirección general que tuvo Bulgaria y estamos seguros que sabrá enfrentar con mucho éxito los retos que puede tener este comité en el futuro. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Qatar, you have the floor, followed by Argentina.
Thank you, Chair. Qatar welcomes the host and candidatures of Bulgaria, and of course will be very happy to be to Sofia for the 47th session of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Argentina, you have the floor, followed by the Republic of Korea.
Gracias, señor presidente. Nos congratulamos de la magnífica oferta hecha por Bulgaria, de la persona que han designado como presidente, que es un hombre que está muy, pero muy involucrado con nuestros temas, es un gran conocedor. Si hubiera sido ayer la reunión, el seguimiento de la reunión, hubiéramos festejado con mucha más fuerza y sabemos que van a estar a la altura de equiparar el nivel de la próxima reunión a esta tan magnífica que estamos teniendo bajo su presidencia. Gracias.
Thank you. Republic of Korea, you have the floor, followed by Jamaica.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Republic of Korea fully supports the chairship of Bulgaria and looking forward to visit Sofia next year for the 47th WHC. Thank you.
Thank you. Jamaica, you have the floor, followed by Italy.
Thank you, Chair. Jamaica also supports the candidature of Bulgaria as the next host of the 47th session.
Thank you. Italy, you have the floor.
Bonjour, Monsieur le Président. Aussi, l'Italie soutient la candidature de Bulgarie et pour la prochaine année au Comité du patrimoine mondial. Merci.
Thank you. Now that the member states have spoken, Kenya, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Kenya fully supports the chairmanship of Bulgaria, and we wish them the very best as we plan to visit and enjoy their courtesies.
Thank you, Kenya. As I see no further requests for the floor, this is so decided. Congratulations, Bulgaria, for hosting the next session, 47th session in 2025. As regards to the chairpersonship of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee, the State Party of Bulgaria proposes Professor Nicolae Nenov as the chairperson of the 47th session. I would like to know whether you all agree with this proposal. I understand that this proposal is accepted unanimously. The newly elected chairperson of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee is Professor Nicolae Nenov. Let me congratulate Professor Nenov for his election and let me express all my best wishes for his task ahead. Before giving the floor back to the State Party of Bulgaria for some words regarding our next session, I would like to proceed with the election of the vice chairpersons of the committee and the rapporteur of the 47th session. Dear committee members, I would like to know whether a delegation from Group 1 would like to present a candidate to represent it. Greece, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairperson. Greece would like to suggest for the position of the Vice Chair from our group, Group number 1, Belgium.
Thank you. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with this proposal? I see no objections. It is so decided. Thank you. Congratulations, Belgium. Group 2, the chair itself for the 47th session is from Bulgaria. So we go to Group 3. I would now like to know whether a delegation would like to present a candidate to represent Group 3. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For Group 3, St. Vincent and the Grenadines would like to propose Mexico as Vice Chair for the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with this proposal? I see no objections. It is so decided. Thank you and congratulations, Mexico. For Group 4, I would like to know whether a delegation would like to present a candidate to represent it in Group 4. India, you have the floor.
We would like to, thank you, Chair, and good morning, everyone. We would like to propose ROK as Vice Chair from Group 4. Thank you.
Thank you. The delegation of India proposes the Republic of Korea as Vice Chairperson. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with this proposal? I see no objections. It is so decided. Thank you and congratulations, Republic of Korea. For Group 5A, I would like to know whether a delegation would like to present a candidate in representation of Group 5A.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's my pleasant duty.
I have not given you the floor.
Sorry.
Senegal, you have the floor.
Yes, Chair, I'm sure he would say the same thing. My brother, Professor Peter, has done a so great job, so good job, that Senegal we think that Kenya has to keep doing that great job they are doing. Thank you.
Senegal proposes the name of Kenya. But Kenya, you want to take the floor as well? You have it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There's really no conflict, but we had consulted and mutually agreed that Zambia will take the vice chairmanship for Group 5A. Of course, we really appreciate Senegal's appreciation of the work that we have done, and we gladly propose Zambia as the vice chair.
Thank you. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with the proposal of Senegal? You have the floor.
Yes, we of course agree with the decision of the group, but tribal to our friend, our brother of Kenya first, and then congratulations to Zambia. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with the proposal to propose Zambia as a vice chairperson from Group 5A for the Bureau of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee? I see no objections. It is so decided. Thank you. Congratulations, Zambia. I would now like to know for Group 5B whether a delegation would like to present a candidate to represent the group. Lebanon, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. We would like to propose the delegate of Qatar for this position. Thank you.
Are you proposing the delegate of Qatar or the delegation of Qatar?
The delegation of Qatar.
Thank you. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with the proposal that the delegation of Qatar will represent Group 5B in the Bureau of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee? I see no objections. It is so decided. Thank you. Congratulations, Qatar, for continuing in the Bureau. Excellencies and colleagues, we go to the next, to the rapporteur of the next session. We now have to elect the rapporteur of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. Is there a committee member that wishes to propose a candidate for the position of rapporteur? Kenya, we were informed that you would like to take the floor to propose the name of the rapporteur. Were we informed correctly? You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would want to propose Rwanda, Madam Joel, as the rapporteur for the World Heritage Committee.
Thank you, Kenya. Kenya proposes the name of Ms. Joel Bukiana from Rwanda as the rapporteur of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. Shall I take it that the committee agrees with this proposal? Qatar, you have the floor.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Juste Qatar, bien sûr, soutient la proposition de Kenya pour le poste de rapporteur et je voudrais bien sûr féliciter Rwanda pour la performance de personnes qui est proposée. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you for supporting. Shall I take it? Senegal, you have the floor.
Yes, Chair. Just one word. You know, we are very grateful to Rwanda, and Joel has done a very great job in supporting the whole members of the Africa group in this committee, and for that reason, we strongly support her candidature. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there any further desire to take the floor by anyone? I see none. It is so decided. Thank you and congratulations, Ms. Joelle Bukiana from Rwanda, on your election as a rapporteur of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. The recap of the Bureau is Chairperson of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee, Professor Nicolae Nenov of Bulgaria. The Vice Chairpersons, Belgium from Group 1, Mexico from Group 3, Republic of Korea from Group 4, Zambia from Group 5A, and Qatar from Group 5B. The rapporteur is Ms. Joelle Bukiana from Rwanda. As I indicated earlier on, I now have the pleasure to ask the delegation of Belgium to take the floor regarding the 47th session to be organized in 2025. Bulgaria, to take the floor. Bulgaria, have the floor.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Excellences, chers collègues, je voudrais une fois encore remercier notre hôte pour cette session. Merci à notre Président, merci au secrétariat pour leur travail acharné. Merci à l'ensemble des pays membres du comité pour leur soutien. Croyez-moi, cela touche profondément la République de Bulgarie. Nous sommes particulièrement heureux d'accueillir la 40e session du Comité du patrimoine mondial en 2025. La session se tiendra du 6 au 16 juillet à Sofia, au Palais national pour la culture, qui a déjà accueilli l'UNESCO il y a de ça 40 ans. Nous sommes persuadés que le professeur Nicolae Nenov sera un excellent président et nous nous engageons à organiser une session réussie en faveur de la préservation et de la valorisation du patrimoine mondial. Nous sommes persuadés que l'esprit de dialogue qui a caractérisé cette session saura se transporter à Sofia. Et je me permets de rappeler que l'une des priorités de la Bulgarie reste l'inscription de biens provenant de pays et de zones géographiques qui demeurent sous-représentés dans la liste du patrimoine mondial. Nous sommes impatients, comme vous l'avez vu plus tôt, de vous accueillir. Vous êtes les bienvenus. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, and let me congratulate you again. We are all looking forward to coming to your beautiful country next year. Dear colleagues, I now declare item 15 closed. I now ask the host country, is the first group of volunteers ready? If you can announce their names, they can come up on the stage for a group photograph. Host country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I think, yes, the volunteers are all ready. And if we announce their names, they will all come one by one. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, would you want me to start announcing the names, please?
Yes, they are all college students and they have volunteered their time and efforts, and we are very grateful for them. So if they could climb up from there and stand for a group photograph, and then after the photograph is taken, they could go down from this side so that the next group could come.
So what I propose in that case is that given the limitation of the space here, we can call them in the batch of there are about 56 or 57 of them. So may I request all the volunteers who are here in this room, who've helped us throughout this meeting, to come one by one and stand there at the stage, and then we can have a group photograph with the chair and the secretariat, and then the certificate distribution could happen. So I'll start.
When we have them, they could also stand behind.
Yeah. So I'll start with the names. Parth Malhotra, Ms. Fozia Nabi, Mr. Ashish Shinde, Ms. Divyansha Sharma, Ms. Deepti Gajanan Sawant, Mr. Prabhakar, Mr. Rishik, Mr. Aryan, Mr. Joel Ranjit Matthew, Mr. Edward Kelkar, Ms. Kanushreya, Ms. Shivani Bohra, Mr. Ved Kumar, Mr. Akhil Singh, Ms. Sara Bantil Chatterjee, Ms. Tunisha Khanna, Ms. Nayantara, Mr. Prashant, Ms. Mansi Negi, Ms. Soumya Bhatnagar, Mr. Rufus K. John, Akshara Edwin, Ms. Reba Regi Alex, Mr. Vansh Sachdeva, Ms. Shruti Negi, Ms. Niharika Sharma, Ms. Sakshi Priya, Ms. Jia Vishal, Ms. Manya Sharma, Mr. Vishu Kumar, Ms. Vaishnavi Sharma, Ms. Shamini S., Ms. A. Darshini, Mr. Neeraj, Mr. Gadgil Rasik Vaibhav, Mr. Swayam, Ms. Khilkhil Kashyap, Mr. Arth Taleda, Ms. Pooja Mohan, Ms. Milhar Kishore Waze, Mr. Aviraj Singh, Ms. Sagnika Takal, Ms. Sambhavi Thakur, Ms. Rochelle Stanley, Mr. Lakshay Sareen, Mr. Aniket Sohoni, Ms. Priyanka More, Ms. Angela Srivastava, Mr. Ashish Kumar Gupta, Mr. Gagan Balani, I can't read this, Mr. Narya Sharma, I think, Ms. Shruti, Mr. Abir Bhattacharya, Mr. Mayukh Debnath, Mr. Devjyoti Ghosh, Ms. Shriya Sawant, and Mr. Khalid Khan. So they are all the ones who are here, So congratulations and thank you very much for your constant support that you have provided to us.
So this is the first lot, and we'll be ready. Please come together so we can take a photograph, and then your other colleagues, then you can go down from the stage and your other colleagues could join us. So we are ready for the photograph with the first lot. Okay, 3, 2, 1, thank you. All right, now may I request, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you,
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, can you request the second lot to come up, please?
In fact, we do not have the names of all the, young professionals who sort of volunteered here. But what I would like to mention is that I would like to invite all the volunteers who were stationed and positioned on level 1 and level 2 of Bharat Mandapam, as well as in the exhibition hall number 14. So since I unfortunately do not have individual names present with
No,
me,
we have the list of all of them because we don't want more than 50 people on the stage. If you have all together on the stage, there is a risk the stage may
No, it
get
won't
damaged.
come.
So we don't want to take that risk. So there are 150 names we have given, out of which 50, the first lot is over. Now the second lot is
What
there.
I'm doing is I'm requesting the second lot.
Okay.
Instead of reading all the individual names, second lot to come, and the way the first lot stood behind you, the second lot of 50 to come and stand behind you. So that is the request I'm making. So may I request all the volunteers to come.
Yeah, but we need to take their names to acknowledge them, if possible. There are 42 in that lot.
No, I will. While they are all coming on the stage, I would also take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Tourism. Actually, I think she was the one who was behind it in requesting all the institutes of hotel management. These are all premier institutions of the country where they all are studying in their graduate and postgraduate programs, for them to all come here for 10 days. So we hope from our side that they've had this unprecedented opportunity of being here, learning how to handle situations. So I hope it was a very good opportunity, but we would also like to compliment the Ministry of Tourism for this. Chair.
Thank you. So we have the second lot on the stage. We request the photographers to please take your photos. These are all students from the leading hotel management institutes of India. We have been experiencing their wonderful hospitality. Okay, so now 3, 2, 1. Thank you. All right, the second lot can leave the stage, and request the third lot to come up, please. So we have students here from the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, the Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management. We have students from there as well. We thank you and we welcome you, and thank you so much for your help and presence here. It's your presence that has made this 46th session of the World Heritage Committee an outstanding success. Thank you so much. All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. All right, thank you so much. Thank you all. Dear colleagues, I would now like to invite Mr. Elondo Osomo to present us the provisional agenda of the 47th session of the World Heritage Committee. Mr. Director, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Document 46-COM16 was circulated to all the committee members yesterday, and you will have seen in this document that in addition to the standing items the committee will have to examine next year, including State of Conservation report and nomination to the World Heritage List, we have added first items 5D related to sustainable development, which is an item the committee had requested to review every second year. And of course, you also an item 5E related to the small island development states has also been included to the provisional agenda as a result of the decision that you took during the current session. So under item 7 related to the state of conservation, I would like to already inform you that as an outcome of all decisions adopted over the past few years on specific properties for for their state of conservation report, but also as a result of the decision taken for the nomination of certain properties, including those that you have done during this session, there will be a total for next year of 247 state of conservation reports to be examined by the committee next year in Bulgaria. 247 reports. 56 reports on the properties inscribed on the list of World Heritage in danger, and 191 report on other properties. So I apologize if I have to do it again. I really, really would like to take this opportunity to urge all state parties concerned to submit their reports by the requested statutory deadlines. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to finalize all the reports in time. So that's overall, Mr. Chairperson, what I could say on the provisional agenda of next year, knowing that, of course, we could, from now until the next year, adjust some of the titles and correct what needs to be corrected. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you for your presentation. Is there any comment concerning this provisional agenda? St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I would like to thank the Secretariat for the provisional agenda proposed. Mr. Chair, after consultation with my colleague from Jamaica, we would prefer to add in the title of the item regarding the small island developing states, 5E, after seeds, including the operational strategy for the seeds 2023-2029 in the context of the World Heritage. And the rationale is that there are two things in the implementation of the World Heritage context for the seeds: the thematic program of the World Heritage and the operational strategy adopted by the General Conference. Thank you.
Thank you. The Secretariat informs me that they have noted your request. Are there any further comments? I see none.
Sorry, Chair.
Kenya, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. We would want, with humility, to request for inclusion of two items that the Africa 5A group would want to report on at the next committee. The first one is a progress in the implementation of the Africa 2035 program, and the second one would be the outputs or the outcome of the Heritage and Authenticity initiative that we'll be managing between now and May next year. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Are there any further comments? I would like to give the floor to the Director of the World Heritage Center. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chairperson. And I would like to request the distinguished Ambassador of Kenya maybe to explain more slowly the addition. I heard about the one on the progress report on the workshop, the conference on heritage and authenticity in Africa, and the other one I didn't understand clearly.
Thank you, Chair. Since the second one is clear, the first one was on progress on the implementation of the Africa 2035 program.
Okay. Thank you. What I would like to, I want to reassure His Excellency the Ambassador that under item 5C, which is the progress report on the implementation of the strategy for Africa, we will include a separate info document on the progress report on the Conference on Heritage and Authenticity, which will be a separate document. And of course, there will be a decision included in the report. With regard to the implementation of the Africa 2035 program, you remember that this is part of the decision that was taken under item 11 yesterday, and as a recommendation. So we will also include this within the report that we'll be making under item 5C separately on this one. So I think it's just to try to have the two under one single report than to have three separate reports. So I think I don't know if this will be satisfactory to His Excellency Ambassador if we put it that way, because I think the most important thing is that it is important that the report on the two subjects be presented to the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any comments? I see no more requests for comments or questions. I therefore declare draft decision 46-16 adopted. Thank you. Item 16 is now closed.
Item 16.
Dear colleagues, dear committee members, dear friends, I hope you all had a good rest yesterday and appreciated the closing ceremony hosted by the host country. We now come to our final task, the formal adoption of the report of decisions. We will go through the report, which has been prepared on time and circulated to you in two parts. Let me congratulate the rapporteur and the Secretariat for such a professional work. Before I give the floor to our dear rapporteur, I would like to recall that the decisions included in this report have already been adopted by the committee over the past 10 days, and before us today is essentially an editorial one. We will not reopen the debate on the content of the decisions in line with Rule 34.2 of the Rules of Procedure. I would like to invite our rapporteur, Mr. Martin Waklani, to briefly explain the process of preparation of the report and provide additional guidance for you to consider as you review it. Mr. Rapporteur, you have the floor.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Alors que cette session du Comité du patrimoine mondial touche à sa fin, il m'est donné l'opportunité de pouvoir vous rendre compte des données et faits marquants de nos travaux en tant que rapporteur de cette session. Un comité, c'est avant tout une affaire de chiffres. 46e session, 21 pays membres et 3 organisations consultatives, 10 jours, 18 points à l'agenda, 8 réunions du bureau, 5 langues officielles des Nations Unies et de nombreuses autres, 196 décisions, dont plus d'une quarantaine débattues et 32 finalement amendées, 24 nouvelles inscriptions, dont 20% sont des nominations africaines, et le seuil des 1200 sites inscrits sur la liste du patrimoine mondial désormais atteint avec l'exceptionnel site des Moïdam. Le tout relaté sur 287 pages de rapport disponibles en 2 langues que vous avez reçues hier soir. Et bien sûr, plusieurs semaines, voire plusieurs mois de préparation, tant de la part du secrétariat et du pays hôte que des délégations. Si ce comité aura exprimé tantôt sa réjouissance, tantôt sa déploration et ses vives inquiétudes, il aura surtout été marqué par ses messages forts envoyés au monde, à commencer par son adoption des premières recommandations du groupe de travail à composition non limitée pour tendre vers une liste du patrimoine mondial plus représentative et inclusive, au profit d'une convention protégée, consolidée, efficace et donc crédible, notre priorité absolue à toutes et à tous. De manière très claire, le comité a également souligné son inquiétude face aux défis croissants rencontrés pour mettre en œuvre de façon adéquate cette convention qui nous rassemble tous ici. Pour contrer cela, le comité en a d'ailleurs appelé à, je cite, « renforcer le centre du patrimoine mondial, notamment en allouant davantage de ressources financières et humaines ». Toujours dans une optique de valorisation du travail de terrain et de renforcement des capacités, cette session a été marquée par son tout premier segment consacré au rapport d'activité des centres de catégorie 2 actifs dans le patrimoine, appelés à devenir réguliers pour les années à venir. Enfin, Il est à souligner que les membres du comité de New Delhi se sont exprimés à la quasi-unanimité, voire à l'unanimité, pour apporter un soutien franc en co-rédigeant certaines décisions emblématiques et qui feront date, comme l'introduction d'un rapport d'avancement fréquent sur la mise en œuvre de la stratégie pour les petits États insulaires en développement concernant le patrimoine mondial, qui avait reçu 18 soutiens, 18 co-auteurs. La procédure en urgence pour la sauvegarde du monastère Saint-Hilarion à Gaza, en Palestine, désormais sur la liste du patrimoine mondial en péril, 19 soutiens. Et bien sûr l'inscription des sites de mémoire sur l'héritage de Nelson Mandela en Afrique du Sud, co-rédigé à l'unanimité par les membres du comité. Pour réaliser tout ce travail en tant que rapporteur, je me dois de remercier le secrétariat et les humains d'une immense qualité qui m'ont accompagné dans cette aventure. Ernesto Otone, Lazare Elundu Asomo, Joti Osagrahar, la maestra Frédéric Aubert, Richard Veillon, Alessandro Balsamo, Santiago Villalpando, Chantal Claxton-Proust et bien sûr Louba, Anatole, Olivia et Jean-Marc. De façon générale, je souhaite remercier toutes les personnes du Centre du patrimoine mondial et du secteur culture impliquées, mais également ma propre équipe à Paris, en particulier Amandine Van Zeulen. De ce côté-ci du podium, j'ai observé la grande rigueur avec laquelle le secrétariat prend note des déclarations des États parties, tout en travaillant à l'organisation du comité, au scénarii, aux documents de travail, etc. Idem pour les side events. En tant que fervent défenseur de la francophonie, je suis ravi d'avoir pu exercer mon rôle en français et j'en profite pour remercier les équipes d'interprètes. En un mot commençant, je ne peux qu'encourager mes collègues à se lancer pour devenir rapporteurs. C'est une expérience exigeante mais unique. Et j'adresse d'ailleurs mes félicitations à Joël Bukiana du Rwanda, qui sera évidemment excellente l'an prochain à Sofia. Enfin, comment conclure sans témoigner ma gratitude envers le gouvernement indien pour son accueil? Le vertige que ce pays, l'Inde, nous a procuré de bout en bout devant ses millénaires d'histoire, ses beautés, ses richesses et ses sourires. L'Inde est une incarnation de la diversité culturelle et de la valeur universelle du patrimoine, si chère à l'UNESCO et aux délégations qui la composent. À ce titre, il y a une personne que je remercierai tout spécialement, c'est bien sûr vous, Monsieur le Président, et délégué permanent de l'Inde auprès de l'UNESCO, Monsieur Vishal Sharma, pour le succès de cette session qui restera gravée dans bien des mémoires. Sahanao Yashaha. Depuis New Delhi, réalisons que ce comité est unique dans le multilatéralisme mondial, de par son retentissement, l'attention que ces décisions suscitent à travers les continents, qui sont parfois l'aboutissement d'une vie entière pour certaines personnes gestionnaires de sites. Cela nous oblige à être toujours plus à l'écoute des besoins du patrimoine culturel et naturel. Monsieur le Président, je me permets de terminer très brièvement en ma qualité de représentant des gouvernements francophones de Belgique auprès de l'UNESCO pour rendre hommage à Guylaine de Villers, experte du patrimoine mondial pour la Wallonie, qui est déjà partie de New Delhi la nuit dernière, mais qui nous regarde, j'en suis sûr. La plupart des experts du comité et du secrétariat connaissent Guylaine car elle a officié à son poste durant près de 30 ans et c'était son dernier comité cette année. Guylaine de Villers a réussi à mettre la Wallonie sur la carte du patrimoine mondial avec des inscriptions extrêmement novatrices, allant des grands sites miniers et industriels jusqu'à très récemment avec les sites funéraires de la Première Guerre mondiale et a toujours été au service des autres pays. En ma très modeste position, je te dis bravo pour ton apport exceptionnel pour ta région, pour ton pays et pour la Convention de 1972, chère Guylaine. Merci pour votre attention. Je me tiens bien sûr à votre disposition pour répondre aux questions et aux observations du draft, qui, je le rappelle, est un draft que vous avez reçu hier soir, qui n'est pas encore la version finale du rapport. Mais merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. I would now like to ask whether, in order to be as efficient as possible, the committee members could indicate to us whether they have identified any editorial errors that could be corrected so that we can deal with them. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I would like to thank the rapporteur for his excellent report. Thank you, dear Martin. It was very informative and also very reflecting the session we had in this room. I would like also to thank the Secretariat for the decisions provided. I would like to ask if you can align the French version with the English version. I would like to underline in the decision regarding the seeds, the amendment presented by Vietnam, and I would like to thank the ambassador for this amendment, paragraph 7, just to align it in the French version, and to put the title in the English version in bold, implementation of the operational strategy, just to verify the French version and the English version. It is paragraph 7, when we say calls upon all relevant stakeholders to continue strengthening the implementation of the World Heritage Small Island Developing States thematic program. And in French version, maybe we should say également appel à toutes les parties prenantes pertinentes de continuer, etc. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Are there any further requests for the floor? Kenya, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. We also wish to congratulate the rapporteur on the excellent work done, which really facilitated the proceedings of this meeting. With reference to the decision, I believe it's 46-7B18 on Stonehenge. We noticed in paragraph 10 that there's a slight editorial issue there, which changes the meaning of the paragraph. So, but we understand this is a draft and that it will be aligned. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We already noted this one. Thank you very much.
Right, as the rapporteur has informed that it has been noted, and she was referring to the English version. Thank you. Please also note that formatting issues will be fixed at a later stage by the rapporteur and the Secretariat during the finalization of the report. If there is no objection, I suggest that we adopt the report section by section. I see no objections. Let's adopt the report section by section. We will first go to items 2 to 7B. The colleagues, you all had the chance to review the first part of the report covering agenda items 2 to agenda item 7B. If there is no objection, I suggest we adopt as a whole part 1. Do you have any remarks or comments on this part? I see none. The first part of the report of the decisions is therefore adopted. Part 2. We now move to part 2 of the report, which covers agenda items 8 to 16. You have all had the chance to review the second part of the report covering agenda items 8 to 16. If there is no objection, I suggest we adopt as a whole the part 2. Do you have any remarks or comments on this part? I see none. The second part of the report of decisions is therefore adopted. I now propose that we adopt the report of decisions as a whole. Are there any objections? I see none. I declare the report of decisions of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee adopted in item 17 closed. Director, WHC, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Dear committee member, as you have just adopted the decision, as already announced last night by the ADG Culture, I am extremely pleased to inform you again that the World Heritage family has just grown bigger, reaching one step further towards universality, as ADG Culture has said it yesterday. The state of Nauru has indeed deposited its instrument of ratification of the World Heritage Convention with the UNESCO Director General on 22nd July, and I'm speaking under the guidance of the legal advisor, pursuant to Article 33 of the Convention. Nauru will become the 196th state party to the Convention on 22nd of October 2024. I would like to wholeheartedly congratulate again Nauru on behalf of UNESCO for this ratification. And with your permission, Mr. Chairperson, a video message has been sent by the Honorable Charmaine Eraidinomo Scotty, MP, Minister of National Heritage, Culture, Tourism, and Nauru Museums of Nauru.
You are permitted to play that video.
Excellencies, distinguished members of the World Heritage Committee, ladies and gentlemen, greetings and warm regards from Nauru, Ekomuweromo. It is my privilege to address this World Heritage Committee meeting in my capacity as Minister for National Heritage, Culture, Tourism, and Nauru Museum of the Republic of Nauru. I thank the committee for the kind invitation to share a message to this esteemed gathering. Nauru, a small island state, part of Micronesia, in the Central Pacific, and the third smallest country in the world, with a population around 11,000 people, living in 21 square kilometers of land, surrounded by a coral reef, has a unique cultural heritage. When I was sworn in as the Minister for National Heritage, Culture, Tourism, and Nauru Museum, I took the responsibility of preserving Nauru's rich culture and heritage for future generations. Now I am extremely honored and happy to announce that Nauru is joining its Pacific brothers and sisters in ratifying the 1972 UNESCO Convention concerning the protection of the world cultural and national heritage. As mentioned in the preamble of the Pacific Regional Cultural Strategy 2022-2032, we as Pacific Islanders proudly acknowledge our role as custodians of the world's largest, most peaceful and abundant ocean, its many islands, and its rich diversity of cultures. Hence, our mission is to preserve, educate, and showcase both the intangible and tangible cultural heritage of our nation, allowing the world to experience our unique cultures. Ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed and are now living with the significant negative effects from the extraction of phosphates, including the extensive environmental degradation that has occurred. Climate change is recognized as one of the greatest threats in the Pacific region today and poses both immediate and long-term threats to cultural continuity and survival. The World Heritage Convention stands as a beacon of hope and commitment dedicated to conserving nature and preserving cultural properties. Our decision to ratify the World Heritage Convention is rooted in our deep commitments to preserving our unique heritage. We understand and recognize the importance of belonging to an international community of appreciation and concern for natural and cultural heritage sites of outstanding universal value. We commit to this international community that this preservation will serve as an educational resource for research, learning, and dissemination of knowledge about the various cultural heritage in Nauru, fostering the promotion of our culture. As one of the nations most affected by climate change, despite contributing very little to it, I conclude my words by emphasizing the urgency of climate action, not just for the betterment of Nauru, but for the whole world. We seek, as the newest member of this global family, your support in increasing capacity for the effective implementation of the convention in Nauru, and look forward to joining hands with all of you to protect the world's irreplaceable cultural and natural treasures for future generations. I thank you, Matubakar.
Dear colleagues, we have now come to an end of our work, but before we close, allow me to say a few words. Dear members of the World Heritage Committee, distinguished colleagues and friends, representatives of state parties, ICROM, IUCN, ICOMOS, representatives of local communities, non-governmental organizations, media personnel, and volunteers. As we conclude the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee here in New Delhi, I am honored to address this distinguished assembly. Over the past 10 days, and in fact from 13th and 14th July onwards, when we had the World Heritage Young Professionals Forum from 14th to 23rd July, and thereafter the World Heritage Site Managers Forum from 18th July to 25th July, and then the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee from 21st July to 31st July 2024. We have gathered to deliberate on matters of immense importance to our global heritage, and I'm proud of the achievements we have made together. Firstly, I wish to extend my deepest gratitude to all the participants. The session saw the participation of over 1,500 individuals from various parts of the world, including committee members, observer state parties, observers from civil society and NGOs, observers from academic institutions, and members of the media and the press. This remarkable attendance underscores the growing global commitment to the preservation and protection of our shared heritage. Dear committee members, our discussions have been intense, constructive, and enriching. We have reviewed the state of conservation of numerous properties and inscribed 24 new sites onto the World Heritage List, encompassing both cultural and natural treasures. These decisions were made with a collective spirit of cooperation, transparency, and collaboration, and a shared commitment to the World Heritage Convention. I would like to acknowledge the tireless efforts and individual contributions of each and every member of the committee. Your collective and individual dedication has ensured the smooth running of this session and facilitated decisions that will benefit our heritage sites for generations to come. I am also particularly grateful for the support and expertise provided by the advisory bodies, whose evaluations and guidance have been instrumental. The involvement of the youth in our activities has also been particularly inspiring. The Young Professionals Forum, held in conjunction with this session, highlighted the passion and commitment of the next generation towards heritage conservation, and we all clearly heard their message on the first day of the session. Their participation assures us that the future of our heritage is in capable and caring hands. I would also like to highlight the Site Managers Forum, which was held alongside our session. This forum provided an invaluable platform for nearly 100 heritage professionals from around the world to share their experiences, challenges, and best practices in managing World Heritage sites. It also facilitated a rich exchange of knowledge and fostered a sense of community among those major actors of the convention tasked with the crucial responsibility of safeguarding our cultural and natural heritage sites. The insights gained from these interactions will undoubtedly inform and enhance our future efforts in heritage conservation. I extend my sincere thanks to the Director General of UNESCO, Ms. Audrey Azoulay, for her unwavering support and presence during our opening ceremony. My gratitude also goes to the Assistant Director General for Culture, Mr. Ernesto Ottone, and the Director of the World Heritage Center, my dear friend Lazare Elendo Asomo. Their leadership and dedication have been pivotal in our work. A special thanks to our Vice Chairpersons, Bulgaria, Greece, Kenya, Qatar, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and to our Rapporteur, Martin Oklani from Belgium. And I remember the very first day when we had our briefing out in the open in the sun. I sincerely thank you all for that and for your diligent efforts and guidance throughout the session. Your contributions have been invaluable, and I'm deeply appreciative of your effort. We must also thank and recognize the Government of the Republic of India and the City of New Delhi for their exceptional hospitality and meticulous organization. The success of this session would not have been possible without the efforts of the Archaeological Survey of India and its Director General and Additional Director General, the focal points, the volunteers, the Ministry of Culture, the Ministry of External Affairs, the National Commission under the Ministry of Education, and the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, as well as the countless individuals working behind the scenes, the interpreters, technicians, media personnel, volunteers, and all the support staff. And last but not the least, all those delegates who have come here, who stayed with us, and the volunteers and the college students from all over India. Dear committee members and colleagues, as we look to the future, it is imperative that we continue to uphold the values and objectives of the World Heritage Convention. Our work does not end here. It is our duty to ensure that the sites we have inscribed retain their outstanding universal value. This responsibility extends beyond this session and requires ongoing vigilance and commitment. As we conclude, let us take a moment to reflect on the significance of our collective efforts. We have made strides in preserving our shared heritage, but there is much work ahead. Let us continue to work together, fostering trust, cooperation, and respect for the principles of the Convention. Finally, it has been an honor to serve you as your chairperson. I extend my best wishes to my successor and offer my continued support in the journey ahead. I hope you all enjoyed your time in New Delhi and you carry back fond memories of these vibrant cities. Till the time that the World Heritage Committee meets again in 2025 in the 47th session in Bulgaria, goodbye and have safe travels. Thank you. Dear colleagues, I would now like to give the floor to my dear friend, the Director of the World Heritage Center, Mr. Lazare Elendo Asomo. Mr. Director, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Thank you for your really touching words. Distinguished members of the committee, as we draw the 46th session of this committee to a close, I stand before you filled with immense pride and hope for the future. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude and appreciation to the host, for our host country, India, whose hospitality and impeccable organization have made this session a resounding success. We all have to remember that this session was organized in a very limited time, since mid-June. And what we have seen from the host country has really been magic in such a short time. It was almost unbelievable. I really would like here to say first thank you to Prime Minister Modi for hosting us. I would like to also say really thank you to the Minister of Culture, and thank you to the Secretary of the Ministry of Culture also. And of course, I cannot continue without expressing my sincere gratitude to the Archaeological Survey of India, and in particular to their leaders who I call now my friends, Shri Dubir Singh Rawat, as the Director General of ISI, and Shri Janwit Sharma, the Additional Director General, as well as the entire team of ISI for their commitment, their availability during the weekend, at night. You know, we couldn't sometimes, avoid to understand the difference of 3.5 hours when we were trying to reach out to them, just because we wanted everything to be done. And they have been there, the entire team, every day, their commitment with all our meetings online, every time just to make a progress, always being very positive with us to ensure a smooth running of the session, as you have seen. Really, 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 on behalf of UNESCO, I can say you've done an incredible job. Thank you very much. I would like to say that over the past days, dear committee members, you have engaged in fruitful discussions, passionate debates. You have made critical decisions, as it has been said by the rapporteur and Mr. Chairperson. I think your decision have once more shaped the future of our world's most treasured sites. And this has been a testament to the resilience and collaborative spirit of the global community. You have navigated through complex challenges, and you have emerged with renewed commitment to the principle that bind us. The inscription of new sites, the careful deliberation over properties in danger, and the extensive dialogue on conservation strategies reflect our collective dedication to safeguard humanity's shared heritage. I want to say that this committee is historic in the sense that the first World Heritage Site since 1978, when the first inscriptions happened, that start, the name start with human rights, happened in New Delhi. The first one. It shows your commitment. And during this session, we had the privilege of reviewing so many documents. We have examined, you will not remember, 50 documents. You have adopted 196 decisions. And this decision will impact at various levels the course of history of generations to come. You have added, as the chair has said, 24 new sites to the World Heritage List, recognizing their values and the need to join efforts for their protection. You've also monitored and supported the conservation efforts by the different state parties of 123 properties, ensuring that they continue to thrive. You have removed one World Heritage Site from the list, the World Heritage List in danger, from Senegal. after 17 years of effort. And you did recognize this effort. And in doing so, you have taken meaningful steps toward fulfilling the ideals of UNESCO, which seeks to force the international cooperation and promote peace. Mr. Chairperson, the beautiful city of New Delhi has welcomed us with open arms. And over 1,520 participants from 136 countries. And this city has blessed us with a rich cultural experience since our arrival here. The traditions and the kindness of everyone of incredible India will definitely remain in everyone's memory. In closing, Mr. Chairperson, let me again now really thank and extend my heartfelt appreciation to all the committee members. And the Secretariat will continue to do what it has to do to be at your disposal to ensure that you continue to do your work. But allow me to really thank the Assistant Director General for Culture, Mr. Ernesto Otone, whose presence here has really helped us to go over a number of complex issues. And I really want to thank him as he's heading back to Paris for other duties. It is really, I really want to thank him for the confidence that he placed on me and the confidence that he placed on the Secretariat. Thank you, Ernesto, and have a safe trip back. I would also like to thank my colleagues from the Secretariat, those that you have been seeing here and those that are in the back and even in some of the office that you don't see. Of course, my Deputy Director, Jyoti, and the legal advisors, Santiago Villalpando, who's there, and Chantal Clarkson-Proust, who is gone back to Paris. But my colleagues from the World Heritage Center, Frédéric Aubert and her team, Richard Veillon, Alessandro Balsamo and his team, all the chiefs of the regional units and their teams, Mohamed Juma, Himal Shuli Gurung, Berta de San Cristobal, Guido Bonnet, Mauro Rossi, Meishai, and all their teams, those who have been assisting you for following all your issues. But more importantly, those without whom you could not have your decisions, your rooms ready, and all the nitty-gritty and all the small details for the logistics. The team of our conference and global monitoring, and particularly David Martel and Caroline Varney. I really want to thank them. They have been working until 2-3 a.m. in the night to make sure that everything is okay, and working with the excellent team of ASI.
Yes,
they have done.
Yesterday, Caroline was in a sari.
Yeah, and Caroline was in the sari yesterday. So I really wish to thank also the interpreters who accepted to work longer than expected. The team of Ingrid and colleagues, really thank you so much for your amazing work. Yeah, it's each of them, their professionalism and commitment has been key to the efficient running of the meeting. Now, a personal thank to one of our colleagues at the Secretariat. She did not expect it. After 13 years at the World Heritage Center, including 4 as the Chief of Policy and Statutory Meeting Unit, my dear friend, Frédéric Aubert, whom you all know as Fred. She will be leaving the center after this committee. It is her last World Heritage Committee to become the chief of the culture unit of the UNESCO Venice office. And I would like you all that we heartily thank her on behalf of all for the work that she's done in managing the highly complex task with great professionalism. No doubt that we will all greatly miss you, Fred. And I'm sure everyone in this room will join me in wishing you all the best of success in your new responsibility. And I want to thank again, like you did, Mr. Chairperson, the local staff, the security officers. We should not forget, and all the volunteers that came here on stage with us. Everyone with a smile. This is what I call the spirit of incredible India that we will carry with us back. Always with their best smile, really, behind the scene, in the room, to make this session a success. Et bien sûr, Martin, notre rapporteur. Je voudrais vraiment te remercier, Martin. Nous avons régulièrement fait appel à toi pour nous aider, nous guider dans toutes les décisions, notamment les plus complexes. Merci beaucoup également, cher Martin, pour ce travail efficace et impeccable dans la production du dernier rapport qui a été distribué hier. Et je ne voudrais pas oublier nos 3 organisations consultatives. Merci beaucoup, vraiment, à l'ICOMOS, à l'UICN et à l'ICROM pour toute l'excellente coopération que nous avons depuis plusieurs années et qui nous permettent effectivement de continuer à travailler ensemble. Maintenant, Monsieur le Président, mes derniers mots vont vers vous. You know, dear Vishal, Your Excellency Ambassador, I want to offer you my heartfelt thanks. Your exemplary leadership, your wisdom, your unwavering commitment to have guided all our discussion with efficiently, which you have seen. But what you don't know is that at the same time, the chairperson was guiding our discussion. He was making sure that all the technicalities and all the small things were being dealt with, even the sound on the YouTube link. So he's a man of multiple tasks. And that has been incredible, and I could witness it from here. And really, your sensitivity, Mr. Chairperson, to the diverse issues, the culture, the perspectives, including the linguistic effort that you made for all nomination to all delegates, your attentions that I have seen, and concerns of others have been crucial to the success of this session. And that's why everything went smoothly. You have fostered a collaborative and respectful atmosphere that has enabled us to navigate complex issues with understanding and unity. Mr. Chairperson, we are really, really grateful. And thank you for all what you have taught me about the culture of India. In our discussions, every time you will bring me some of the few things for me to understand this culture. And it has been for me a great moment, and I'm really, really grateful. I will never forget this. I am grateful for your dedication. I am grateful for your hard work. I am grateful for responding to each concern, even by WhatsApp, by everything, to all committee members. And I think what I would like to say here is that you said something about your relation to Africa, and that and the relation between India and Africa, and I think I could see it, and I hope you and me, we have demonstrated it very well. And thank you again for having had trust in me, in the team, the whole team of UNESCO, having trust, the legal advisor, the ADG culture, everyone who has been supporting him. And I want to do something which of course, I'm taking from you. I understand that there is an Indian proverb that said, karma hi puja hai. Good company always brings happiness, something like that. And so for the past days, by your side, I have been very, very proud and happy. See you all in Bulgaria, in Sofia. Safe travel to all, and I look forward to our continued work together in the years to come. Namaste.
Thank you, Lazar. Dear colleagues, are there any committee members who would like to take the floor? I see no requests.
Yes, Zambia.
Vietnam, followed by Zambia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We would like, first of all, to welcome the ratification by Nauru of the 72 Convention. We are glad that with Nauru joining the convention becomes one of the most universal international instruments in the world, showing the great interest by the international community to join hands in the preservation and protection of our shared heritage. My delegation would like to express our most sincere thanks to the government and people of India, especially the Ministry of Culture, for their warm hospitality, generosity, and excellent organization of this session. We had an excellent opportunity to experience a glimpse of India's tangible and intangible culture. Yes, we did talk to very smiling and kind Indian people. We did taste good Indian foods. We did visit some wonderful sites. We did take pictures, and we will thank you, Mr. Chairman. We thank our dear Chairman, especially Mr. Vishan Sharma, for his very able and exemplary leadership. Our thanks also go to the rapporteur, Shemakta, and other members of the Bureau for their hard work and their great contribution to the success of the session. We would also like to extend our special thanks to IDG Culture, Ernesto Otone, Director Lazar Elondo Asumu, and their whole team for their efforts in facilitating dialogue and finding consensus amongst their parties, and for their dedication, professionalism, efficiency in preparing for the session. We also commend the great work done by ICOMOS, IUCN, and ICCROM. We can be proud of what we have done in strengthening the credibility and balance of the World Heritage List, ensuring effective conservation of the World Heritage properties, and promoting capacity building for state parties, especially Africa and SIDS. Vietnam will continue to work closely with other members of the committee, the World Heritage Center, advisory bodies, and other state parties for the full implementation of the convention, contributing to the sustainable development in the world. I thank you.
Thank you, Vietnam. Zambia, you have the floor, followed by Greece.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Zambia is very grateful for the amount of work that has been done by this committee. But first of all, Zambia will be failing in its duties by not recognizing the wise leadership of your chairmanship. Mr. Chairman, you have shown that India is able to do what Napoleon failed to do during his time. Mr. Chairman, for this I want to give you a special, that is a congratulatory message, but at the same time I would like to congratulate the State Party of India for the friendship that we have enjoyed around here, and not just the friendship, but the green environments that have really been wonderful to some of us. I used to think that New Delhi is a dirty town, or New Delhi is a crowded town, but what I've observed is something different. And most of all, Mr. Chairman, would like to also express our that is gratitude for the enjoyment that we had as a state part of Zambia at Taj Mahal World Heritage Site, which is one of the cultural wonders of the world. And you know, we share something in common with Zambia, because we also have one of the only natural wonders of the world on the continent of Africa, the Victoria Falls, which is at 1,708 meters wide and 100 meters deep. Mr. Chairman, I'll be also failing in my duties by not recognizing the role played by, the Secretariat. This is the World Heritage Center, the advisory bodies, and also the Category 2 centers. And in this case, specifically, I would like to pay special tribute to the African World Heritage Fund, which has made it very possible for the African group to have the numbers of the World Heritage sites which we have on the continent of Africa. For this, Mr. Chairman, I would like to also make sure that as a state part of Zambia, we recognize the role that each and every committee member has made in this wonderful session. This is a session we will never forget as a state part of Zambia, even for having given us an opportunity to be the vice chair on the World Heritage Committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I give the floor to Greece, to be followed by Jamaica.
Thank you, Chair. The 46th session of the World Heritage Committee, it was for me the first time participating in this committee. And I can assure you and all the delegates that I enjoyed each and every moment of this unique experience. Our committee's work and decisions constitute a precious and vital contribution to the cultural and natural heritage of humanity. The members of our delegation and myself are proud of having participated and contributed with our ample forces to the great success of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee held here in New Delhi, the capital of a great country, India, representing an ancient and outstanding civilization. Greece knows of its own experience how difficult and challenging it is for a nation, for a country, to be the custodian of an ancient civilization and bear this responsibility to safeguard, promote it, and transfer it to future generations. We would like to warmly thank and congratulate the Government of India for the generous hospitality and the impeccable organization of this session. We would like as well to thank, in particular, our President, His Excellency Ambassador Vishal Sharma, for steering this committee with his unique way and the results that he was instrumental to bring. Many thanks as well to the ADG Otone and the Director of World Heritage Committee, Mr. Lundu, for their relentless efforts, both in the forefront and behind the scenes, which was a critical contribution to the consensus reached during our session. I would like also to thank our rapporteur and all the colleagues who participated with their contributions in our session. I'm glad to say that I live with much more friends than when I arrived in New Delhi. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Excellency. I now give the floor to Jamaica, to be followed by Qatar.
Thank you, Chair. Jamaica expresses our sincere thanks to the Government of India for their wonderful hospitality received during this session. We have enjoyed the wonderful culture, food, and express our appreciation for how we've been received and warmly treated throughout our stay. We express our thanks to you, Mr. Chair, for how you have ably managed this meeting, and to the World Heritage Center and advisory bodies. Our special appreciation to the volunteer assigned to Jamaica, Ashish, who have treated us like family and who have also been imprinted on our hearts. We look forward to serving together with our colleague countries on the World Heritage Committee as we look forward to the 47th session. Thank you.
Thank you. I give the floor to Qatar, to be followed by Kenya.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je voudrais tout d'abord vous féliciter pour votre leadership qui a facilité les travaux de ce comité Et les travaux de ce comité ont progressé avec toute la flexibilité dont chacun a pu témoigner. À celui qui travaillait jour et nuit sans s'arrêter, merci Martin, merci beaucoup. Et ce comité a réussi, bien sûr, à surmonter de nombreuses questions compliquées grâce aux efforts de tous. Je voudrais remercier les pays concernés et le soutien du secrétariat, bien sûr, et je voudrais aussi remercier M. Lazare pour consolider avec tout le secrétariat représenté par M. Attoni le dialogue en faveur d'une compréhension commune. Bien sûr, je voudrais remercier profondément les organes consultatifs et tout le monde de la jeunesse indienne qui nous accueille tous les jours avec un grand sourire. Monsieur le Président, je ne peux manquer de remercier le gouvernement ami de l'Inde pour la merveilleuse organisation des travaux du comité de patrimoine. Notre présence dans votre pays nous a donné l'occasion de découvrir l'hospitalité et la gentillesse du peuple indien, en plus de sa culture et de sa civilisation historique, ce qu'on a vu ici à New Delhi et à Taj Mahal. C'était pour nous un rêve de visiter Taj Mahal et on a réalisé grâce à ce comité. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, Excellency. I now give the floor to Kenya, followed by Argentina.
Mr. Chairman, I want to, on the outset, to express our deepest gratitude on behalf of Group 5A in Africa for your extraordinary leadership, your wisdom, your energy, your focus, and your respect for the 195 state parties that belong to the prestigious World Heritage Committee. As we debated with my colleagues, we said that one has undertaken such a humongous assignment, they deserve a national honor. We want to thank you most sincerely. We want to thank the World Heritage Center, led by Dr. Lazar Asomo. We want to thank the rapporteur for a great job. We want to thank all the volunteers. We want to thank the government of India. Looking at the preparation, we can be able to appreciate the human resources deployed, the financial investment, the time and the energy. We also admire the creativity that was put, not just for the flowers, the screens, the artwork and the creativity that we have seen in New Delhi, but more importantly, the warmth and the friendship of the people of India. We will go back to our capitals with a good heart and good memories of New Delhi. We would also want to thank the government of India for pledging $1 million to be used for capacity building in Africa. On the same strength, we express our deepest gratitude to many other countries that stepped forward and have pledged resources that will be used to help Africa to scale up capacity building and increase the number of inscriptions. We want to pledge as Group 5A that we'll do everything that is within our powers to make sure that the inscribed resources are conserved and preserved, and that many more dossiers will be processed by our experts. On the overall, we go home very, very happy with good memories of New Delhi. Thank you, New Delhi. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Excellency. I now give the floor to Argentina, followed by Belgium.
Gracias, señor presidente. Como dije varias veces, esta para todos fue la reunión del diálogo, Queremos agradecer al Centro de Patrimonio, al ASAR, siempre con su sonrisa, siempre dispuesto a escucharnos y ayudarnos. A nuestro querido relator, siempre presente, a la Secretaría en pleno, al consejero legal, siempre dándonos los buenos consejos para poder, o la buena información para seguir adelante. Sobre todo al Gobierno de la India, que nos ha hecho sentir a la India como nuestro propio país. A los intérpretes que siempre nos escuchan y nos ayudan, y a usted, señor presidente, amigo, que todos sabemos que estuvo en cada uno de los detalles, no solamente de la reunión, sino también hasta los personales, y por haber elegido a este grupo de jóvenes que nos han tratado no como colegas, no como miembros de un comité, sino como amigos o miembros de una familia. Han cuidado cada uno de los detalles y a partir de esta reunión, para nosotros, toda la India es patrimonio mundial y la vamos a llevar en nuestro corazón. Muchas gracias por esta hermosísima reunión.
Thank you. I now give the floor to Belgium, followed by Turkey.
Chair, as we come to the close of the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee, I would like to take the opportunity on behalf of the entire Belgian delegation to thank you, Chair, and the government of India for inviting us to come to incredible India. It was a particularly efficient session, Chairman, thanks to your wise and attentive leadership, but we also got to know and appreciate your sense of humor, which was most welcome considering the long days we spent together in this plenary hall. Our work was fruitful, our discussions were rich, and our decisions were taken by consensus and based on mutual understanding. Our thanks also go to the World Heritage Center, the Secretariat of the Convention, cher Martin, chers compatriotes, collègues, nos compliments, bien évidemment, pour ton excellent travail. Bravo. We are probably only half aware of how much work goes into both the preparation of this session and our work here in Delhi, so thank you. The same goes to the advisory bodies, who provided us with the hundreds of reports, presented us countless points, and patiently and thoroughly answered all our questions, as did the World Heritage Center Director and his entire staff. A sincere thank you to all of you from Team Belgium. Chair, I would like to end where I began. I would like to pay tribute to Team India as well, for the logistical challenges that is an intergovernmental meeting of this scale. You were able to present an impressive and flawless organization. Of course, there are many parties involved in such an organization, so I hope you will forgive me for mentioning a few here with an accompanying message that the thanks are therefore meant for all the other partners involved as well. So thanks to the Ministry of Culture, to the Archaeological Survey of India, and Delhi Tourism. We also express a profound appreciation for the interpreters, room clerks, and all the supporting staff who have done a great job. We all go home with fond memories of beautiful Delhi and India in our hearts. This certainly also has to do with our liaison officer, Part, and all the other volunteers in the room who helped us and supported us immensely. Nos félicitations à vous tous, chers amis, et spécialement aussi à Frédéric Hubert. On vous souhaite bonne chance dans votre nouveau rôle et on se réjouit bien évidemment d'être au bureau l'année prochaine à Sofia. As we are among friends here, Chair, I hope you will allow me to conclude with Bahut Shukriya, Namaste.
And allow me to respond, Bahut Bahut Dhanyavad, Namaste. Thank you. I now give the floor to Turkey, followed by Italy.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, a huge thanks to you, Mr. Chair, for chairing this 46th World Heritage Committee so diligently with your unique and warm sense of humor. Big thanks to the host country of India and the government of India for this marvelous organization, to the Archaeological Survey of India and their Director General for their contributions to this session and for kindly organizing our unforgettable visit to the Taj Mahal. Thanks to the Secretariat and advisory bodies for compiling the reports, we also commend the excellent work of the rapporteur and the World Heritage Center and its director, Mr. Lazar Elundo Asomo, for all of their hard work. And thank you very much to ADG Culture, Mr. Ernesto Ortone, for his contributions to this session. It has truly been a remarkably successful committee meeting. As Turkey, we were very glad to be here as a new member of the committee and look forward to working with you and all our fellow committee members next year in Bulgaria. Thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to Italy, followed by the Republic of Korea.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Italy would like to warmly commend the host country, India, for the outstanding organization of this 46th session of the World Heritage Committee. This success testifies the great commitment of India in the 1972 Convention, and we appreciate the wise leadership you, Mr. Chair, have demonstrated over these 10 days, enabling the committee to achieve excellent results. We thank House Vice Chairs and the Rapporteur for their precious and dedicated work. Italy would also like to extend its gratitude to ADG Culture, the Director of the World Heritage Center, and the whole Secretariat for the professional and always efficient efforts, without which the work of the committee would not be possible. Let us furthermore reiterate our appreciation to the advisory bodies for their constant commitment to the values and objectives of the Convention, which have enabled us to have carried out interesting discussion and fundamental exchanges of views. We finally thank the logistic personnel, translators, and everyone who worked day and night making this session possible. It was our great honor to work as committee member together with the other delegation, and we celebrate and commend the very cooperative spirit throughout the session. We have taken part in interesting and passionate discussions and constructive exchanges that we hope will always be guided by the principles and values underlying the Convention. We congratulate all state parties that have inscribed new sites on the World Heritage list, in particular African countries that we hope will become more and more present on the list. Mr. Chair, Italy will continue to put the greatest effort and commitment to preserve our common cultural and natural heritage. We strongly believe that World Heritage embodies our history, and it's also a bridge between the past, the present, and the future. We cannot ignore the challenges that we face for the safeguarding of our common heritage, and we are ready to address such challenges also through a constant reflection on the 1972 Convention and how it can evolve and progress. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Namaste.
Thank you and namaste. Tutto a posto. I now give the floor to the Republic of Korea, followed by Rwanda.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Now that the 46th WHC is coming to an end, we once again realize how lucky we have been to participate in this successful meeting in India, the cradle of spirituality for the humanity. I thank the meticulous arrangements and hospitality and the effective and efficient leadership of the chair, His Excellency Vishal Sharma. In particular, I would like to commend the hard work and sincere assistance of the young volunteers who have been simply excellent. They indeed represent a bright future of India. Through the discussions and decision-making process, all delegations have shown what UNESCO is meant to be. The process reaching to a consensus has been equally important as the outcome. I have a profound respect for all the committee members for taking part in this precious process of consensus building. It hasn't been always easy, but is all the more crucial at this time in this world. I have deep respect for for the advisory bodies in their professionalism, and I also appreciate the able work of the Secretariat, whose competence shined at the most important moment. Lastly, realizing the remarkable diversity in India, I know I will definitely come back to this beautiful country. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency, for your beautiful words. Thank you. And we will look forward to welcoming you again. I now give the floor to Rwanda, followed by Japan.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, as we conclude this significant session of the World Heritage Committee, I would like to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. First, to the Government of India for hosting this exceptional 46th session, to you, Mr. Chairperson, for your leadership and the positive atmosphere you fostered throughout the proceedings. Thank you, Chair. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the Director of the World Heritage Center, the Secretariat, and the interpreters for their invaluable support and work. My gratitude also goes to my dear friend Martin, our excellent rapporteur. I should have said that in French. for his astounding report and his kind words towards me. J'espère faire la moitié de ce que tu as fait pendant cette session et je te félicite encore à nouveau. Merci Martin. A round of applause for the people of India for their hospitality. We will surely miss India and its rich gastronomy. Congratulations to Bulgaria for hosting next year's session. See you all in Sofia, and namaskar.
Namaste. I now give the floor to Japan, followed by St. Vincent. Japan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Japan would like to thank Chairman for the strong leadership and thank Secretariat and all supporting staff for making this committee a very successful and organized one. We would also like to express our sincere gratitude to the Government of India and all the volunteers for full of hospitality and kindness. Namaste.
Namaste. I give the floor to the distinguished representative from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, followed by Ukraine.
Mr. Chair, firstly, St. Vincent and the Grenadines welcomes Nauru to the family of sister small island developing states. We also give thanks to the committee and all who supported the SIDS during this session in our various interventions. We express our thanks to the Director of the World Heritage Center and the World Heritage Secretariat for their professionalism and commitment so well demonstrated once again. To you, Mr. Chair, for the excellent way you have conducted the sessions, including your light moments. We thank Bulgaria for accepting the challenge of hosting the 47th session in 2025. To the government and people of India for hosting us. We thoroughly enjoyed our stay in New Delhi and enjoyed the visits to your sites and your exhibitions. I, however, summarize New Delhi's experience in 3 words: the Shillong Chamber Choir. May we all return safely to our respective countries, and we see you next year in Sofia. Thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Ukraine, followed by Mexico.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We are very thankful for the organizers for such a great event that took place in the spirit of common desire to protect really priceless pearls of humanity. Ukraine was, is, and will be devoted to the principles of the Convention concerning the protection of the world heritage, cultural and natural heritage. It was our debut as a member state, and we hope it was successful. We thank you, Mr. Chair, for your professional conducting of the session. We thank the Bureau members, the members of the Secretariat, who helped, advised, stimulated, supported. It was a real honor to cooperate with you. We congratulate newly elected Bureau members and wish them good luck in the further work in the field of protection, the real gems of the World Heritage. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Mexico.
Muchas gracias, señor presidente. También nos unimos al agradecimiento al gobierno de la India, anfitrión generoso por su hospitalidad y su dedicación para sacar adelante el reto nunca fácil de llevar a cabo un comité. Felicitarle a usted, señor presidente, por su destacado trabajo que ya nos había anticipado desde la sesión en Riad y durante las sesiones de trabajo del Grupo de Trabajo de Composición Abierta. Queremos destacar la labor del relator que nos deja con la satisfacción de que nuevas generaciones de militantes del patrimonio mundial están ya aquí colaborando codo a codo con nosotros, así como la incorporación de nuevos estados parte como Nauru. Nos quedan, como siempre, retos por cumplir junto con el Centro del Patrimonio Mundial, con los estados parte codo a codo, con los órganos consultivos, con las comunidades, los gestores de los sitios y las ONGs, a fin de consolidar la correcta implementación de esta convención y desde luego las buenas prácticas en la gestión y la conservación de nuestro patrimonio mundial. Los felicitamos a todos, nos felicitamos porque este comité refleja nuevamente a plenitud que esta convención es el mejor instrumento con el que cuenta actualmente el multilateralismo y el espíritu de paz de la UNESCO. Finalmente, y como siempre, un abrazo grande para el entrañable secretariado y para los colegas de los órganos consultivos. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Senegal.
Monsieur le Président, mon cher Vishal, mon cher ami, je voudrais à nouveau te rendre un grand hommage. Je te tutoie parce que tu es un ami, un voisin, avec qui j'ai entretenu des relations qui vont au-delà des relations professionnelles, des relations, je dirais, amicales et même familiales, puisque nos enfants se connaissent. Et en venant ici, cela m'a permis en même temps de découvrir ce que je savais de toi déjà, ta grande culture, ta grande humanité, ton leadership immense. Et ce que je t'ai dit hier à travers des mots. Pour moi, l'Inde représente le futur et l'exemple pour l'humanité parce que l'Inde représente ce que l'humanité devrait être pour nous. Je suis doublement fier puisque c'est aussi ici en Inde, dans ton pays, que le Nyokolo Koba a été sorti du patrimoine mondial en péril. Et cela représente un grand symbole pour moi et une immense fierté. Et en venant ici, je me suis dit, peut-être que l'Inde, c'est le bon endroit, c'est le bon moment. Et donc, je suis doublement fier, en plus d'avoir évidemment goûté aux épices et aux délices de l'Inde, à travers vos repas succulents. Et je voudrais te dire grand merci de nous avoir accueillis ici, mon cher Vishal. Et j'associe Monsieur Lazare Elundu à ses félicitations, puisqu'en le soutenant à ce poste, nous avions, nous Africains, aussi le souci d'avoir quelqu'un de sensible, d'une grande sensibilité pour la situation de l'Afrique et la cause africaine sur les questions de patrimoine. J'ai la fierté d'avoir inscrit le Thiéboudjen, plan national, et aujourd'hui, au bout de 5 ans de mission à l'UNESCO, d'avoir sorti le Nyokolo-Koba, notre fierté, du patrimoine mondial en péril. Et je voudrais dire aux membres du comité ici présents et aux observateurs qu'avec la fin de cette session du comité, prend aussi fin ma mission en tant qu'ambassadeur du Sénégal auprès de l'UNESCO. Je voudrais dire un grand merci à tous les ambassadeurs, à tous qui m'ont soutenu, porté, et tous ceux qui m'ont montré de la joie et à travers moi, le Sénégal que j'ai représenté. Je vous dis donc merci, je dis merci à tout le monde et au revoir à vous tous.
Je vous remercie, mon frère. I now give the floor
to India.
I'll give floor India at the last because there's some observer states also, they have raised their plates, including the advisory bodies. So now that the committee members have spoken, with the exception of India, I give the floor to Palau.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to take this opportunity and offer our thanks and gratitude to the government of India for the wonderful arrangements and hospitality. I would like to particularly congratulate you and thank you for your wise leadership and your chairmanship of these meetings. The director of the World Heritage Center, LDG Culture, the advisory bodies, and all the collective leadership and management that has resulted in the success of the 46th World Heritage Committee meetings. I would like to extend that gratitude towards all the volunteers, to include all the transport folks that have worked tirelessly outside in the heat to ensure that we get back and forth to our hotels and back to the venue. I also, from a security background, I would like to acknowledge the wonderful work that is being provided by all the security personnel, all the different screening and all the different measures that they're putting together. We feel very safe. I would like to also welcome our sister state, Nauru, from our region in Micronesia, for ratifying the World Heritage Convention, and we look forward to strengthening our collaborative efforts in that region as fellow guardians of our natural and cultural heritage towards the larger World Heritage global stage. Republic of Korea, thank you very much for the funding support towards capacity development, particularly in the area of disaster risk management, as we grapple with the impacts of climate change in our sites and the communities that are reliant on those sites for their livelihood, sustenance, and cultural legacy. Lastly, I would be remiss if I did not recognize, I put away my hat as a state party and put on my hat as a site manager for Palau's sole mixed UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Rock Island Southern Lagoon, who is policed and monitored by over 50 rangers, and I would like to give a special shout out to those rangers on this day, the World Ranger Day, and wish them a very happy and safe Ranger Day from across the world in India. From your director to the guardians of the Rock Island Southern Lagoon, happy World Ranger Day. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I now give the floor to Barbados, to be followed by Ecuador.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning. I wanted to take the floor very simply to say how much Barbados has appreciated the hospitality that has been extended to us while we were here in your country. We particularly enjoyed the range of menus leading us to explore different parts of India through the cuisine. That has been a wondrous experience. We also very much appreciated the help and support given to us on the ground, both within this building with the various volunteers, and I very much salute them for the way in which they have participated and presented their country as professionally and personably as they could, and we have enjoyed every encounter. But I also want to take this opportunity to thank those of us who have ensured our safe transportation back and forth to our hotel and here. They have also been meticulous and supportive in all they have done. It would be remiss of me, Chair, if I did not end this intervention by saying I want to take this opportunity to say a personal thank you to Fred, because Fred, you have been such an important part of our work at the World Heritage Center, and we've appreciated the interaction, the guidance, support, the vision, the energy. All the best in Venice. I guess I'll just have to come to Venice to see you. But thank you for your work. But finally, Chair, we also very much appreciate the opportunity to welcome a new member state, and it's very precious to us it be Nauru. And thank you very much for ensuring that they have joined and are now the 196th member state of this convention. That is extremely encouraging for the future. Thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to Ecuador, followed by Grenada.
No queremos dejar de unirnos a estas felicitaciones, en primer lugar al Gobierno de la India por la excelente organización de esta reunión. Esta ha sido una reunión impecable tanto en su organización, señor presidente, pero sobre todo en los resultados que se han obtenido después del trabajo. En la amplia participación, más de 150 estados han estado presentes, y además los anuncios de contribuciones extraordinarias dan un balance muy positivo a esta reunión. Por supuesto, agradecer también a la Secretaría, al ADG de Cultura por todo el trabajo, y por supuesto y especialmente al Centro de Patrimonio Mundial, a su director Lazare Londú y a todo su personal. Felicitar y agradecer mucho al personal de apoyo, al personal en esta sala, que con su especial hospitalidad y calidez india han hecho todos nuestros trabajos y participaciones mucho más agradables, señor presidente. Una felicitación muy particular a usted, presidente, hermano, por la forma en la que ha sabido dirigir nuestros trabajos, que con su efectividad ha llevado a los resultados que ya he mencionado antes. Nos llevamos todos a India en el corazón y creo que por eso merece un agradecimiento muy particular. Para terminar, señor presidente, agradecer a España también, que ha hecho posible el servicio de traducción a mi lengua, y eso es un reconocimiento que no puedo obviar. Gracias a todos. Namaste.
Namaste, and thank you for your presence, Excellency. Muchas gracias, mi hermano. I now give the floor to Grenada, to be followed by Bhutan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to add the voice of Grenada to all that has been said by the members of the committee and observer state parties, to thank and congratulate you, Mr. Chairperson, for your wise leadership, and thank the government of India and the people of India for their incredible and warm welcome. This 46th session of the World Heritage Committee will remain in our hearts and memories. I would also like to thank the entire team of the World Heritage Center under the leadership of the director of the World Heritage Center for the excellent preparation of the committee, and wish Frédérique Aubert, dear Fred, the best in her new endeavors. I thank you.
Thank you. I now give the floor to Bhutan, followed by China. Bhutan, you have the floor.
Good afternoon. His Excellency, the Chairperson, honorable dignitaries, respected delegates, and esteemed colleagues. Bhutan is a very tiny Himalayan landlocked country located between India and China, rich in cultural and natural heritage diversity. On behalf of Department of Culture, the Royal Government of Bhutan, we are honored to extend our heartfelt appreciation to the Government of India for their outstanding efforts in successfully hosting the 46th UNESCO World Heritage Center Committee here in New Delhi. Excuse me. Your meticulous planning and warm hospitality have made this event a resounding success. India, with its profound cultural diversity and rich historical heritage, provides as an inspiring backdrop for this prestigious event. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for the invaluable opportunity to participate in this 46th session. This gathering has been a remarkable platform for the exchanging knowledge and celebrating our shared commitment to preserving the rich culture and natural heritage that unites us all. Bhutan is a nation deeply rooted in its unique culture and natural splendor. Our heritage is a testament to the harmonized coexistence between humanity and nature, exemplified by our prestigious landscape, vibrant tradition, and architectural marvels. The profound similarities we share with culture and nature site worldwide underscore the universal value of our cultural collective heritage. Throughout this session, we have gained invaluable insight and learned best practices that will greatly assist us in our ongoing effort to safeguard and promote our own cultural and natural treasures. We are inspired by the dedication and collaboration demonstrated by all delegates, experts, and participants, and we inspire to follow in these footsteps. We would like to congratulate all the countries that have been successfully inscribed their heritage during this 46th session. The hard work and effort of every individual, local community, and expert involved in this truly commendable. It is our fervent hope that one day Bhutan will proudly nominate its own cultural and natural site for inclusion in the World Heritage List. Such recognition would not only honor our heritage, but also strengthen our bonds with the international community, allowing us to celebrate our shared legacy and cherish the world's wonder as a united whole. Further, we would like to express our profound thanks to the permanent delegation of India to the UNESCO office, yourself, His Excellency Chair, in Paris, and the UNESCO office, New Delhi, for your gracious support and assistance in making this possible for us to attend this session. Thank you once again for this enlightening experience. We look forward to continued collaboration, collective effort to preserve the prestigious heritage that belongs to all our humanity. Thank you.
Thank you. I give the floor to the distinguished representative of the People's Republic of China. Excellency, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. On behalf of the Chinese delegation, I want to congratulate the members of the committee and the secretary for a very successful and smooth session. And my congratulations also to Mr. Chairperson for your leadership and wisdom for your great job you have been doing. And I also want to provide our attitude to the great help provided by the host country, India, for your hospitality, and also to those volunteers who have been so helpful. And thank you so much for that. We also had a very good experience in New Delhi for the past days. We even had some chance to visit your wonderful, wonderful sites. And China, as always, will support the work of the committee and the secretariat and provide our contribution, as always, to the priorities of Africa and in terms of the World Heritage capacity building. And we would like to support also these countries for the capacity building in World Heritage. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Excellency. Aapka dhanyavad. I now give the floor to, now that the observer state parties have spoken, I'll give the floor to the advisory bodies, first to ICROM, followed by IUCN.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. L'ICROM souhaite remercier le gouvernement de l'Inde pour son incroyable hospitalité et l'accueil chaleureux, et remercier également le Centre du patrimoine mondial, son directeur, Lazare Lundu, et toute son équipe pour l'excellente organisation de cette session du comité. Nous remercions également le rapporteur pour son travail impeccable. Tous nos meilleurs souhaits pour Fred, pour sa nouveau rôle, où nous espérons continuer la collaboration étroite avec le bureau de l'UNESCO à Venise. Nous nous réjouissons également de l'arrivée de Nauru. Ceci complète le concert de nations au sein de la Convention du patrimoine mondial et nous espérons que les bénéfices de cette convention continueront à promouvoir la collaboration entre les nations avec le respect de la diversité des cultures et des traditions. L'ICROM reste à disposition de tous les États partis pour continuer à travailler pour la conservation et la gestion durable de nos sites du patrimoine mondial, qui doivent être les phares pour la conservation du patrimoine dans tous nos pays. Merci.
Thank you, Ikram. I give the floor to IUCN to be followed by ICOMOS.
So thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I return the thanks, let me also firstly note, as was mentioned by Palau, that today is World Ranger Day, when we recognise the world's rangers, the women, men, Indigenous guardians, government employees, private sector workers, community members and volunteers who conserve nature and culture. And on World Ranger Day especially, we remember and we pay our respects to those that have died at work in the last year through accidents, illness and sadly and unacceptably regularly facing violence and murder, including in World Heritage areas. But Mr. Chair, let me give thanks, warm thanks to India and all of your authorities for the stunning welcome. Mr. Chair, thanks to you for your humour and friendship and navigating the time to even give us a day off. Thanks to the committee members, to all of the states parties, merci à notre rapporteur, and thanks to the NGOs, the Indigenous peoples, the communities, the site managers, and all those involved in the success not only of this meeting, but of the whole World Heritage Movement, including our young volunteers. A very warm welcome, Mr. Chair, to Nauru. Let me thank especially our Director of the World Heritage Centre, but our dear, dear friend, Lazare, all of his team for the brilliant work, which is work that we do throughout the year, but also here in Delhi. And let me really say a huge thanks to Fred, our dear friend and brilliant colleague, Federico Baer, for all of the great times down the many years, and all good wishes to you for the new life in Venice. As IUCN, let me also give a shout out to Guy de Bonnet and the team in the Natural Heritage Unit of the World Heritage Centre, and thanks to our sister advisory bodies and to the International Indigenous Peoples Forum for our great and collegial work together. Mr. Chair, I'd like to really welcome the positive atmosphere of dialogue that's been a hallmark of the present session and in fact the whole year, including the open-ended working group. We're fully committed to strengthening that even further. Mr. Chair, thanks for your kind description of the advisory bodies on day one as the Convention's guardian angels. We try to live up to that, but we're equally your partners and we're committed to supporting this Convention and its partners and sites, and so please don't hesitate to be in touch for any question, issue or idea you may have. We aim at this Olympic time to be a great and a big team. Mr. Chair, with renewed thanks, we look forward to seeing you in Bulgaria next year, but throughout the year ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim. I now give the floor to ICOMOS.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. L'ICOMOS saisit l'occasion qui lui est donnée pour remercier l'État partie de l'Inde pour l'excellente organisation de la réunion qui a facilité notre travail. L'ICOMOS remercie également l'ICROM et l'UICN pour la bonne coopération, ainsi que le directeur du Centre du patrimoine mondial et toute son équipe. L'ICOMOS souhaite également le meilleur à Madame Frédérique Aubert pour ses nouvelles positions. Et de manière générale, l'ICOMOS souhaiterait remercier le Comité du patrimoine mondial pour l'esprit de coopération qui a prévalu dans notre travail tous ces derniers mois et renouvelle sa disponibilité à poursuivre ce travail de mise en œuvre de la Convention dans un esprit de dialogue avec les États parties. Merci.
Thank you. Now that all committee members, observer state parties, advisory bodies have spoken. I'll give finally the floor to the host country, India. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, you always, I've noticed, give us a very difficult task to speak when we somehow stand between the delegates and their lunch or dinner or whatever. And I think right now we're in a similar state. I don't know where to begin, but first of all, my delegation would like to thank everyone who spoke here today for your very warm and appreciating words towards India. We're truly honored. We're overwhelmed with your appreciation and with your responses. Last evening, when our Honorable Minister, in his brief speech, he said all good things must come to an end. Of course, he was quoting Geoffrey Chaucer from his epic poem Troilus and Cresside, that 14th century poem. Yes, it's unbelievable that this meeting is coming to an end, but it has to. And I think, for the first time, you found us, caught us napping, because today we thought that this session will be over in an hour and we all will go back, but here we have stretched ourselves to lunch, so we don't have a scripted, I would say, speech. But allow me to now also start my thanking. First of all, congratulating Nauri for being the 196th member state joining the World Heritage Committee. Only shows how popular this World Heritage convention is. To you, Chair, you have been exemplary. You defined, created benchmarks. You've been strict. You've been witty. You made it sure that whatever time that was lost for a couple of reasons, that we would sort of make up for it. You were kind enough to give a day off so that delegates could visit the monuments. So overall, the kind of atmosphere that you created was very interesting. To the Director, World Heritage Center, Lazar, and your entire secretariat, you all were simply amazing. The way you guided us, all the focal points who interacted with our focal points, it was simply amazing, because obviously we had no experience of what this meeting entailed, what kind of details for the preparation of this meeting. So you supported us. So we would like to thank you and the entire secretariat, all the focal points that helped us. To the fellow World Heritage Committee members, I'd again like to thank all of you for being here. It was very enriching to be a part of this discussion, to be part of this committee, to participate in the very rich debates and discussions that happen. And, that was something very, very nice. Thank you very much. To all the advisory bodies, the 3 advisory bodies, you do a lot of work, you do a lot of hard work, and the documents that you prepare, your professional arguments, well, that really helps the committee, that really helps the decisions and the discussions in the process. So thank you very much to all three of you. To all the member states who made it a point to come to India to participate in this committee meeting, we would like to thank all of you. To all the NGOs who were present here. We all obviously unanimously thanked the volunteers who've done phenomenal service, but I would also take this opportunity to thanking the ITPO, who is in charge of this venue, the support that they provided us, and as I said, many things that we did at very short notice. To the ITC, because everybody talked about the food and the experience that they gave from different parts of the country. I think ITC is given credit for that, and ITDC, who was the event management partner for this meeting. We would like to thank them also for their contribution. For that little glitch on the, regarding that internet happened on, I think, the 3rd day, if I'm not mistaken, the Railtel, their entire staff, including their highest office, descended here to ensure that the minimal loss of time happens. So my big thanks to them, for providing the flawless service. To Fred. Fred, you were my co-focal point. It was amazing working with you. We learned a lot from you and the kind of support that you provided. Now that you're going in for your new assignment, we would like to congratulate you, and we wish you all the very best for your new assignment and your new role. To my fellow World Heritage Committee member Bulgaria, congratulations for hosting the 47th COM. We wish you all the very best for the meeting, and I'm sure it will be a wonderful and memorable experience as well. I would also take this opportunity, because we haven't talked about them, but the two fora, the Site Managers Forum and the Young Professionals Forum, there was a separate team of professionals, of my colleagues who were there, trying to kind of take care of ensuring that those two fora are also successful. So the director of the Institute of Archaeology, I would want to thank him for that. I would also like to thank the CEO of the Aga Khan Trust for Culture. So they were quite instrumental in ensuring both the fora are a big success. But last and not the least, my ministry, my minister, my secretary, my joint secretary, my additional secretary, everyone stood behind us, rocked behind us. You were right, 5 weeks. The first decision was on 11th of June. Prior to that, of course, preparations were going on, but the decisions were not there. So we would like to thank that they stood behind us, and in such a short span of time we were able to achieve what we possibly could. To my entire ASI family, we are a 5,000 strong family, or maybe more, that they all were behind the scene, working diligently, tirelessly. We had no idea of day, night. We were working to ensure that this meeting goes on smoothly. It's impossible to take the names individually, but the whole team led by the Director General of the Archaeological Survey of India, I would like to thank everyone who contributed to this meeting. To my World Heritage section, we are a 7-8 member team who's sitting with me, and everyone also worked tirelessly, made notes, so my big thanks to them as well. And last, I would say my big thanks also to the Honorable Prime Minister and his office for also giving us the support that we needed, and to to the Ambassador and the Permanent Representative of India. Your office also helped us a lot. We would like to thank everyone from your office as well for giving us necessary support and direction. Mr. Chair, I think this is where my note ends, but if you have time of 2.5 minutes, there is a little snapshot video that we have created, just kind of recapping the memories. So if you have time, allow us. We would like to play it for everyone who is present here. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. You may play the video. Switch off the lights, please, or dim them. Since there are no further requests to take the floor, thank you all very much. I now declare the 46th session of the World Heritage Committee closed.